Hey, my name is Osama. I'm a nuclear engineer in training, and today I'll be talking about a topic that isn't really discussed too often, and it's called intentionalism. Intentionalism is a really important facet of my life and something that I'm working toward developing. And it's something that I want to talk about more on this channel. What is intentionalism? In our lives, whether we're living in the East or the West, throughout the world, human societies, the overwhelming majority of people walk through life very mindlessly, as if it's routine, never really give two thoughts as to why they might do something. Or what my objectives for this video is for you to become more intentional about the everyday actions that you do, the little things. Pay attention to the details of your life and why you do them. Why do you do what you do every day? Whether that be brushing your teeth in the morning, to less obvious things. Like, for example, why do you watch that show, that Netflix show, right after work? Why do you do that? What value are you deriving from that experience? Is it simply for entertainment? Is it to develop a skill? Is it to become more socialized with friends? Why are you watching that show? What's your intention? What's your long-term goal? What that really does is it allows you to get into the present moment. It enables you to live a more fulfilling, enriched life. Because I believe an intentional life, as compared to a life of simply mindlessly following the crowd, is a more enriched, fulfilling, and directed life. You as a human are a very powerful force. You're piercing through what we call life. And your resource ultimately is time. Time is a non-renewable resource. And for many, time is but simply amusement. What I want to do is change your perspective on how you see time. Okay? And one of my favorite philosophical works on time is Seneca's The Shortness of Life. And it's a very small piece, and if you're into philosophy, I highly recommend, or Stoicism, I highly recommend you take a look at that work. And it's a brief overview as to human nature, and such that, for example, if someone were to come over to your home, your estates, and say, I'm taking this over, you would fight them. You defend yourself. But if someone were to walk into your life, many a times you'd be more than glad to give away that non-renewable resource, something that it's actually admirable and praiseworthy to be greedy with. So what I want to tell you is be mindful and be greedy with your time. It sounds selfish, but I promise you, that resource you don't want to be wasting away. Make sure you're intentional. Make sure you utilize it to its full capacity. Time is a bit of a responsibility. It's similar to a trust or even an inheritance. If you were to trust your friend with, your life savings, and your friend, no matter if your life savings are in the billions, can easily squander that away, whether it be buying useless things or whatever it may be. Or if you have very limited funds and your friend makes the right investment. If you make the right investment with your time, no matter how little you have, you can really reap those rewards. So what I'd like to tell you is, on this life, on this planet, we humans, we may grow up in different families, different cultural backgrounds. We may have different features. We may have different beliefs. But what we all share is that 24 hours in a day. And what I recommend is, with our society shifting and becoming so hyper-stimulus, we can easily get lost. We can really get lost in not self-reflecting. So if you got any important message from this video, is that why don't we stop? Why don't we self-reflect? Why don't we internalize what we are doing on a day-to-day basis? Promise you will live a more directed, fulfilling, enriched life. So please manage your time. Look at time as a non-renewable resource, as something that needs to be invested very carefully. Audit yourself. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Really hope to see some interesting comments in the comment section, to see your perspective on topics like stoicism, intentionalism, and if you would like to hear more on this topic. So thank you so much.